Was Abraham Lincoln a president?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was just a whatever public figure.
Welcome back to Delulu Diaries, where the timelines don't match, but the receipts always do. Today I'm going to be talking about a fan theory from my comments that said that Amberlynn displays all of the aspects of the dark triad. And I had never heard of that before, and when I looked it up, I was like, oh, I think that I could probably think of an example for every single one of these things. So I just want to make a little chatty video where we go through and talk about it, and you guys can let me know if you can think of more examples than I can down in the comments below, or if you think that this is just a bad theory altogether. Before we get into that though, I do just want to let you guys know, because of the nature of this video, that every single thing that I say is going to be alleged, my opinion. Please don't take anything too seriously. This is really just a fun little thought experiment to see if Amber truly does fit into all three of the categories in the dark triad. So don't go spreading hate to Amber or anybody related to her. I just wanted to have like a fun little kiki about if she fits into these traits. And while it is like interesting to speculate, some of the stuff that is present in the dark triad is quite serious, so I'm going to be keeping the tone lighter, but do know that some of the things that we talk about will be more on the serious side. Okay, so jumping right into the little infographic, the first bubble is about being impulsive, emotionally cold, and remorseless. So as far as impulsive, I think that we can definitely say that Amber is impulsive. I don't know that this fits the title of the bubble, which I will not be saying for YouTube's sake, but she is an impulsive shopper. She has issues with impulsive eating. She is very much the kind of person who seems to just do what she wants when she wants to. As far as emotionally cold, I can think of a couple of examples of that. We can obviously point to the time that one of her reaction channels had a heart attack, and she just said, oh, Narc Alert had a heart attack? Let me find my sympathy bone. Nope, can't find it. I don't care.
The Narc Alert had a heart attack. Have some sympathy. Sorry, I'm trying to find my sympathy bone. My sympathy. I'm sorry. I don't care.
As well as the time that when she was with Destiny and Gracie got out, she didn't help Destiny to make posters to look for Gracie or anything like that. And then I believe it was 4 days later, brought a new cat into the house. Right after talking to Destiny about how Destiny was feeling about Gracie, she commented on the red couch. Just lots of things that were not emotionally appropriate at that time.
Don't be sad. We'll find her. And if we don't, I'm hoping she's in like a good place. Well, look we got our new couch. What do you think of it?
I love our couch.
It's red.
I'm making flyers
For Gracie.
for Gracie.
How are you feeling right now?
Sore and upset.
Where are you sore at?
Right here. It hurts to even move it.
There's our couch, by the way.
And then when she got together with Beck, she had that time where she was with Beck and they had just gotten a dental surgery or a tooth removal or something like that. And they were saying how they were really hungry and they hadn't eaten anything all day. And Amber just goes, oh, well, you should probably get something to eat then. Instead of like being a normal partner and being like, oh, do you want me to get you something? I can make you some soup, or if you want something cold and get your ice cream, you know, whatever. So I thought that that was really emotionally cold as well.
How you doing, babe?
It's starting to hurt.
It's starting to hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
I'm hungry. I ate since yesterday.
You should probably get some food.
As far as remorseless, I would say the biggest example of being remorseless that I can think of for her is when she pushed Tommy over or fell into her, whatever version of events that you want to believe. She literally mocked Tommy. She said, I fell into Tommy, and then Tommy went, help, help, you pushed me, in that mocking tone. And to me, that shows that you don't have any remorse for the fact that you hurt your partner, whether that was intentional or not.
I tripped over her rug
I landed into her. She fell on the ground. And then she started like hysterically, how come you pushed me? I'm like, what is actually happening?
Now, moving on to the next bubble, it says manipulative, self-interested, and domineering, which I think we all can think of a couple of examples of that. For manipulative, the most recent example that I can think of is when she was going over her Rarity storyline, and she said that she had left the door open for 20 minutes and Rarity had gotten out and she didn't do a head count after, but that it really wasn't her fault. And that if we say that she's a cat mistreater because of her cat going missing, that we're saying every single person who has ever lost a cat is a cat mistreater, which is obviously manipulative language in order to make it appear that she's innocent, because not everybody who loses a cat is a cat mistreater, obviously.
I know that Rarity is adventurous. I know that she has the desire to explore literally everything. So I always have to be super careful. But like, I literally thought I closed the door because it's a routine that I do every single day. And I'm being called neglectful for it. And it's just like, it hurts. And it's like, if you call me neglectful for that, then you're calling every single person who has a missing animal neglectful. And that's not the case.
She was also very manipulative when she got together with Beck, because Beck had told her that they didn't feel like they were emotionally ready to be in a relationship yet, but that they had just reached out to her because they were concerned about her safety. And Amber pretty much said, listen, if you're interested at all, you need to act now, because I have a whole line of women in my DMs who do want to be with me. And so if you don't go all in on this right now, I'm going to be with one of them instead. So based on Beck's story, which I believe, Amber was being very manipulative to get them into that relationship.
On the day that I asked Amber to be my girlfriend, we were having a Netflix and chill type of date. I was really into the movie, and Amber wanted to make out and cuddle.
Like, she wanted to watch movies, and I'm over here like,
because I wanted to hang out with you.
can't focus.
I told her I didn't want to in that moment because I was into the movie, and this started a fight between us. This was the fight that she essentially told me she had many people lined up who wanted to date her, and if I didn't hurry up, she would find somebody else. I did like her at the time, and I didn't want to lose her yet, so then I asked her to be my girlfriend.
And then this part is a little bit less solid because we don't really know what happened, but there was a time where Amber said that during Beck's most difficult time on their medication, they had tried to leave Amber several times, and she kept saying, oh, honey, no, I'm going to be here for you whether you want me to or not. And so while that was not captured on screen and we don't have any proof of what was said during that time, I feel that manipulation tactics were used to keep Beck trapped in that relationship.
There were many times that I had tried to break up with her, but she would somehow find a way to stop it from happening by like saying that she would fix things and things would get better and we would get better.
She wanted to break up with me. And I said, no, I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to stand by your side.
Yeah, it was me. I tried to end it.
Because her brain was not working. And I said, nope, I'm not having it.
There was this one time that we had an argument on the way home, and we stopped in the driveway and argued for a few hours in the car, and she just would not accept me trying to break up with her and would not let us go back in the house until I agreed to give her another chance to fix things and make things better.
Self-interested and domineering kind of go hand in hand, but in order to separate them, I'm going to think of the most clear-cut examples I can of each individual trait. So for self-interested, I'm going to say that when she was on the LCU, she started a show with Thick Gemini, and Keem started giving them examples of how to do better on the show to earn more money. And Amber said that she didn't care, that this was supposed to be her show to just have fun, and it wasn't supposed to be about the money. Keemstar aptly pointed out that that was great for Amber, but this was Gemini's only form of income, and so they needed to be able to succeed as a show for Gemini. And even though Gemini is supposedly one of her closest friends, she said that she didn't care about that and that she just wanted it to be a fun show, and proceeded to show that she did not care about that. I think she did give some sort of like half-hearted apology / walking it back either later in that live or in the next one or something. But at the time of, you could tell she did not care at all about if Gemini made a living. She only cared about her own self-interest of having a fun show. Now for domineering, I wanted to make sure I picked a appropriate example, so I did go ahead and look it up, and it says that a person who is domineering is someone who behaves in an arrogant, overbearing, or bossy manner. And we have clearly seen her be very overbearing and bossy in many, many cases, but I think one of the most egregious examples was her taking all of her pets up to Wisconsin under the impression that she would be able to have Emily just decide to let her live there because she had already brought all of her stuff. I personally feel that that is very arrogant to believe that you can just convince somebody to let you move in with them right away, as well as overbearing, because that is a lot for a person to deal with. We have heard from Emily that the visit was only supposed to be about 2 weeks long and ended up being extended to 3 months. And we have heard from Tammy that Amber had Mama Lynn and Tammy on the back burner ready to go for if the apartment needed to be cleared out so that she could move up there. So while Amberlynn herself has never admitted to the fact that that was the plan, I feel like we do have enough supporting evidence to kind of speculate into the fact that that was the most likely scenario, especially given what we do know about Amber. On top of that, and do take this with a grain of salt because it was on an entertainment show, but almost all of her behavior in the LCU also showed her to be overbearing, arrogant, and bossy. The way that she responded to any sort of criticism when she was on bus was not very good. She frequently was saying that she had control over if Tech and Fupa remained employed or not, and that they didn't react or do things in the manner that she wanted them to be done, that she would call Keem and have them fired, which she did follow through on several times.
Support you.
Fired.
You can't.
You're fired.
You wouldn't be able to.
From the sidelines. You guys got to take the day off. You weren't like, I hope my host does a good show. Instead, you guys have berated me and berated me and berated me. And that is why I'm miserable.
Amber, you're
Because
one of the
some
most
people-
manipulative
like, that's
people
racist
I've
as
met in
fuck.
my entire life.
Also was very like self-centered when Tech was getting engaged, because she kind of made the moment all about her and completely ruined Tech's engagement by shifting the focus to her, which again, it isn't an entertainment show, and so all of that could have been scripted, but I did feel like that was fair to put in here because that is a public persona that she chose to put out.
I mean, we can
Amber-
do that too.
Amber, at the end of the day, right? Today is not about you, right? You should have just got out of the way.
Should it be about her
Sugar
24/7?
Venom 6.
That's really what today's show is about, right? I understand, like, this gets frustrating, but not today, Amber. Crash out tomorrow. It's their moment.
The last bubble covers grandiosity, perceived superiority, and entitlement, which I feel like there are so many people constantly pointing out these actions in her that it almost doesn't even need to be talked about. But just to be thorough, I'm going to go ahead and try to provide some examples here. So in terms of grandiosity, I feel like Amber really felt like she was bringing so many views to the LCU, which, to be fair, she did bring some good new life to the LCU. However, every time she was on there, she was acting like she was doing Keemstar some huge favor by showing up, even though she was leaving her show halfway through most of the time and really was not willing to participate in any goals or anything like that, when truly it was the other way around. As we can see right now, Amber doesn't have any money-making opportunities really, apart from potentially a kick show with Life of Ron, as well as her cameo, and she could do TikTok if she would get off her butt, but she's not acting on really any of that. And so Keemstar providing her a steady income with a show that she just had to show up for was actually kind of a huge favor to her. And, you know, it might have even been like mutually on how good it was, but Amber was constantly talking about how she could leave the LCU, she didn't need it, this, that, and the third, which to me shows that she really did think she was superior to everybody else on the LCU. She also has shown herself to be very entitled many, many times. When people brought up the fact that her mom has to miss out on work in order to take her around to all of the shops and to take her to vet appointments and this, that, and the third, instead of just saying like, oh yeah, I'm really grateful to my mom for doing all of this or anything like that, she was like, well, my mom doesn't mind. And it's like, Amber, you are nearly 40, and the only reason that you don't drive, per your admission, is the fact that you just have an anxiety around driving. There is absolutely no reason, with the access that Amber has to resources like time and money, that she couldn't go get therapy for what sounds like a very minimal case of driving anxiety based on the fact that she's still able to drive in a passenger seat. Granted, at her size, there may be some added issues at this point, but she could have done that way in the past. But she just feels entitled to everybody else's time and resources. We also see this when she was in the Beck era and she made Beck drive her to the store pretty much daily. I mean, there was that clip where Beck was like, oh, we're here for like grocery shopping. I thought we were just coming here like we always do, because they were going to Walmart like pretty much every single night. And so Beck didn't realize that Amber was trying to do like a full grocery shop because she's just so used to Amber making her do things. And then, of course, the biggest entitlement in my eyes is the fact that she felt that she had the right to force Beck to stay at home and not go and see her mom or to spend as much time with her friends as she wanted to. She felt that she was entitled to make the decision for Beck on how they spent their time.
My family pointed out that Amber was controlling, that I was seeing them so much less, and voiced their concerns about my well-being while caring for her to the extent that I did. The day of the intervention, my family asked to meet me at a park, and I had no idea why. This all happened during the bad times, so I don't remember everything that was said. My mom was the one who planned it. She talked to my sisters and said that she wanted to meet up with me away from the rest of the family and talk about her concerns. My mom and sisters all met me at the park and sat down with me. Mom felt like I was being held hostage by Amber and being kept from seeing the family. She saw the state my mental health was in because she had never seen it become so bad before. Because of that, she was really concerned for my safety and just wanted me to leave her in the situation I was in.
So, to me personally, I feel that she does fit every single one of the bubbles of the dark triad. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. As I said before, this is all just my opinion and speculation. I could be wrong on some of these examples as far as like how much they fit into the categories. So if you have better examples that come to mind, let me know. But I really just wanted to do a little chatty video about this viewer's opinion on this because I thought it was interesting. I hope you guys found it interesting as well. I am going to go ahead and link some videos in the description box that show her acting out in some of these manners. Either way, let me know what you guys think, if you think that this is a reach, if you agree with it, if there's examples that you would have used that I didn't, and if you made it this far, you already know. Stay Delulu, but not that Delulu. I'll catch you in the next one.